Hey guys, Emo Tempest here, coming to you with another deck profile. This one was actually requested after the Duel Series last couple weeks ago, and this is the Wind Earth dadaluma deck. We took this to the Petit Cup this weekend. It didn't do so good, mostly because there was a lot of water at the event, and that's the worst matchup, unfortunately. But here's my teammate just to go through the deck with you, tell you what the changes were between the video and now, and why we ended up here.
Alright, so the deck started with dadaluma. Like the first thing I wanted to do was play dadaluma no matter what. And as I played it I thought about the deck that would go with it, I figured like no one's gonna want to target the dadaluma for obvious reasons. When he gets chosen by their abilities, he'll deal the 4K, or when he's dealt damage, he'll deal the 4K. So he can trade up too on when he battles with another forward. So then I got to thinking that's pretty interesting, not wanting to be chosen. I remember getting played dadaluma against me, and I knew that it felt you had to second guess your plays. You had to really think about those interactions. So I thought about what else kind of does that, and I remember playing against the Kanesena during the pre-release of Opus 4, and someone put that together for their pre-release tournament, their draft deck. And I thought that's pretty crazy if that gets big. So I thought to pair them together because of also Cactuar. Like the Cactuar, if you have two Cactuars on board and a dadaluma, you're pretty much just dishing out 8K every turn, every time you get a chance. So that was what I centralized the deck on. So for the list, you'll see I have to have the stuff that goes with the Kane, which is the Arun and the Rayao Senna. And then going with that, I went off for stuff that's also kind of difficult to target, or makes you kind of consider what you're kind of going to do. So Moogle kind of plays that sort of thing too. Like you want to destroy it, but they're going to draw a card, or you're going to draw a card, and Delita kind of plays with that because you can send your Moogle to the break zone and get rid of an Emperor of theirs. That's gonna be that kind of shuts down the deck a little bit, as you'll see. And also he himself, when he's chosen by either abilities, either yours or your opponent's, he'll gain the 1,000 attack buff. So again, these are all that kind of theme of do I want to target? Can I target? Should I target them? That sort of thing. That was the core of the build. That's the one you saw on the Magnet. The backups kind of fluctuated. I mean, except for this. The Pelennor you'll see in the video, I kind of tried other backups along the way. I had the Evoker in the video to make up the 3 Earth backups that I wanted to play. It was over the Monk. But in the end, for this tournament, I decided to go with the Monk because I felt it also kind of did that thing where it's should I attack, should I not attack? It makes your opponent feel not comfortable, just making any of those types of plays. So I went with the 3 Geomancer, 3 Monk, 3 Pelennor. Aerith for summons, because Kanesena is not protected from summons. And prior to this, somewhere in between the video you saw and my final list, I was playing the 5-cost Delita. Because when you drop Senna and you've got your 5 backups already built, as you probably saw in that video that we're talking about, your backups activate again, so you have another 5 cost to kind of just drop them both in one turn, and that was part of the idea too. So so once I got rid of him, I wanted protection against summons. So Aerith came in, and that makes up your 18 backups right here. To kind of support the rest of the deck, Raban is there for to get rid of your opponent's Emperor, because Emperor shuts down your Y'shtola, which is what you want to combo with your Dadalumas. It shuts down your Cactuars also, so that's a huge problem. And then, let's see, Hecaton was also... I was playing 1, I think, in that video, along with the Ganman. Because Ganman's has to be blocked, so I figured it's a different way to kind of deal damage to forwards. So if you figure they have to block the 5, and you can dish out only 4K with 1 Cactuar, let's say, that's 9K, so that was the logic behind that one. But so the Hecaton came in, and I had to have an answer for Minwu. So the other Hecaton came in, and then Emo actually told me about the Vanille that kind of goes with that. So she ended up being played. Also, I needed forwards. The deck struggles with forwards apparently. Like yeah, you have your big plays, but then like Moogle is really the only thing else that you're summoning in between. And there's no good Earth forwards, unfortunately. Like I don't think there's any good. I think I tried the what's his name, Scarmiglione, and that didn't work out for me. I mean, I it would be okay, but it's also shut down by Minwoo, and just like as you can probably tell already, Minwoo, Cecil, and Yuna, the 5 cost backup, kind of like shut the deck down. Like they just destroy it. Like there's no way around it. So Alexander came in for that Cecil, or Emperor if he's buffed by like Maria's because of wind, water, stuff like that. Barbarisha could also be could also take care of other threats, like coming in to just lower them to 1, and then you get the kill off of the 1 Cactuar if you have it in play. And that's it. Why the ratios? Y'shtola, I feel I didn't want to open with it. The lead is good, but again, you kind of have to like wait for a play to go along with it, either Barbarisha, Moogle, or even the 5. You could technically go summon, get rid of your Kane. If you have another, because it's going to be free, you could kind of trade the Cecil for the Kane in that case. So that's why the lead is there. But again, don't want to open that. Don't want to opening hand this. This is not the first play. I think the first play, turn 1, what I was doing up until this tournament was either look for your Arun, which is what you definitely want to open, because you want to lay this down turn 1, because it makes your Cactuars live for next turn. It gives you your other backup, which you're going to play anyways. And if you have another 2 cost, like you're at 3 backups like turn 2. Your second turn, you're at 3 backups. And at these 2 backups, if you have a Kane in hand, like all you really need is one other card, any other card, and your Kane comes in for 2 costs because she'll activate the remaining 3 backups that you used. So that's your opening play, I feel like. Another is Moogle, because if you like look at it, you're gonna pay 2 costs kind of, because you get 1 right away when you drop him, and then you will either block or save it for that deleter play, and then he'll just pay for it back, and hopefully you're getting to your backups that fast. So what else? Yeah, water is the worst matchup, definitely. If no one plays water in your locals, run this deck. This deck will win. If I would add a couple more forwards, I'd probably take out Emperor, honestly. I don't think it does anything anymore. Like, I know people are saying like, oh, if water's so bad, then why not Emperor? Because like, I don't know, I feel like they know this is coming. Like, they already know if this is like your one answer, like, I don't know. I feel like it's not enough. And I feel like it's silly to just like, I'd rather summon Dadaluma that turn. I'd rather summon Barbarisha that turn. I'd rather summon even Vanille maybe if the Yuna's not out. But if no one plays water in your meta, try this deck out. I think you'll enjoy it. And if you make an awesome, or you see something that I don't, and like I've messed with this as much as I could, and I'm gonna drop it for a while, at least for a couple of tournaments, and go to something else. I don't know what yet. But then, but if you want to give it a shot and you come up with something, you see a huge, like a card that kind of breaks the deck, is like, oh, this is the best thing you could do, then post it in the comments. I'm all for it. Like, I'll look it over again, But what is that? I want to forget. I feel like I didn't say anything about Titan. Titan's great. I had it at 3 in that video you saw. But I don't know. It's so tight for space because I wanted to have counters to the mains, like I said, the glaring weakness, the water deck. So I think that's it. No?
All right. Thanks. But yeah, guys, there it is. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope this is what you were looking for. Again, if you ever want to see any of the decks that we play in the duel series, or the ones we talk about, just shoot me a comment, and I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.